Hey everybody. I normally don't upload videos like this, but computers being what they are, I figured this would be the easiest way to provide you guys samples of my voice work. So to start off, this is me, obviously, and this is my bass speaking voice. This is what I sound like every day without anything extracurricular going on in terms of pitches and tones that I can make with my voice. I can get real low. Yeah.
Well, I could get like really, really high if I wanted to. Just be like, oh my God, this is just the best day ever.
I like using that one for the more petite characters, things like kobolds and things like that. Like if I was going to do in a fantasy setting something like say a goblin
I drop it really low.
or like a gnome, be like,
You gotta make it really nasal like that, just you just gotta feel like you just got into the DMV. Like, sir, you did not fill out form 867-5309-225-222R correctly.
those are just, ranges of voice.
So like, hi.
Low. And, this in between. I can do various specific voices. I can do, impressions of various celebrities and political figures uh, from growing up. You know, I could do Ronald Reagan, like, yes, this is former President Ronald Reagan, and I am speaking to you today through the benefit of the internet. Or, George H.W. Bush.
You know, Bush Sr., read my lips, no new taxes. Wouldn't do it, wouldn't be prudent at this juncture.
Or Bill Clinton. Now, I did not have passionate hugging with that intern. I did not. That depends on what your definition of the word is. Or, former President Barack Obama be like, oh, well, sir, don't get it twisted. Don't get it confused. We are going to get to the bottom of this issue. We have a real problem in America today, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. Like I could do what I like to call the Queen Elizabeth, Margaret Thatcher, and Julia Child voice, and just be like, yes, and welcome today to Buckingham Palace. We are going to be sharing our recipes. First thing, you must preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Wait, is that in Celsius or is that going to be in Fahrenheit? Oh dear. Why don't they write the recipes in a universal temperature scale? You know, we could do this, be like, hello, this is Mikhail Gorbachev, former Soviet Union. I don't understand. Why don't you like me? I brought you McDonald's. What more do you want? Their symbol is literally red field with yellow symbol. What is symbol of Soviet Union? Red field, yellow symbol. Uh, I can do, a voice that I like to call the hybrid Sir Ian McClellan and Deckard Cain from Diablo. Let's be like, I am constantly surrounded by hobbits. Bargain took, full of took. the sound of drums in the deep. Or alternatively, hello, I'm Deckard Cain, and you're speaking to me over the internet. I see that you've transmogrified your personal photo to resemble that of an incredibly more attractive celebrity. I do believe you are catfishing, good sir. Or ma'am, because we're equal opportunity here. I can do Smeagol / Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Do it like this, just like,
Yes, for the purposes, always telling lies, always lying. Why must they always tell me lies? Kill him! Kill him!
pretty easy stuff. One of my actually favorite celebrity voices that I like to do is Mark Hamill's the Joker. Just be like,
oh, hello, bats. What is it that you're doing on the internet? You're not trying to look up pictures of your dead parents again, are you? How much daddy issues do you have that you've got to look up pictures of your dead parents? They're both dead. Move on. Maybe you should get a cell in Arkham right next to mine. Why so serious?
and so forth. It was positively one of my favorite ones to do. I actually did a fairly extensive bit of research over 30 years that I've been doing these voices, and I studied accents. And, interesting phenomenon regarding accents, especially if you look at like the United Kingdom. But, I can always start there. Now, we start out with a fairly standard English accent, very posh, very articulate. But then you can change it like this and be like, yeah, I work down at the docks. I'm a dock agent over at Pier 7. Or, you could sound like you're from the Beatles. Yeah, I'm from Liverpool. Oh dear, don't like that Blue Meanie. Go a little bit higher. I don't sound like you're from Scotland, like hello. That's one I do fairly well. I can just roll it right off the tongue, not even thinking about it. I think part of it is trying to sound like you're always out of breath. Or you can do your typical exaggerated Highland accent. You have my axe and my crippling student loan debt. There you go. That way. Be like, hey, welcome to Ireland. I get the what eight. Did I stutter? What, you gonna bring John Wayne back from the dead and make him film more bad movies in our country? That sounds like a plan. Sounds legit. Look does the French and just be like, bonjour and welcome to my restaurant. Today's special is going to be omelette de fromage. If you get that reference, you're cool. Omelette de fromage. Hamburger. 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 And they'll go a little bit to the west. I am German. Hello, my doctor. My doctor is happening to be named Dr. Heinrich Stoffer. They live in Dresden. Wonderful person. I love the wife. She's very beautiful, but that particular man can, you know what, the hell off.
I don't like it. I don't approve. Nein. Ach, mich ist meine Heine sollt. Wer ist unser Wehrmacht? Grottenführer. Und all that. You know, I already done basically the same voice with Gorbachev, you know. You got the Ukrainian, you know, very, very Eastern Ukrainian voice right by the border. Like, hey, Sergey, what's this? I'm going to hit them with paper airplane. Nice. I've done the fairly generic Pan-Pacific Asian voice, you know, just be like, hello, and we are from Hong Kong. Yes, sir. I know it is not the most politically correct voice. And, you know, I got an uncle who lives in Australia, and I can do an impression of him, just be like, yeah, I'm from Australia. Sounds like this. Now, I know that's not how they all sound, but he does. Get him on the phone, and he's like, hey, you watch the game. What game? The game. What game? The game. Yes, I watched the game. Ah, you sod. What? Or, you know, it would be great if I could be doing, you know, Johannesburg, South African accent. Talk like this. Get going. And it's like, you got an accent that doesn't know what it wants to be. It's kind of all over the place. No, because it gets down. You roll some R's, but you don't. You roll other ones, you know, roll. Oh, great. Now it doesn't want to work. There it goes. Roll the other ones. And then you get to the United States, and it's amazing. You know, you go across the United States, and from Washington, where I live, you know, you sound like this. Washington, Oregon, Idaho, parts of BC. Drop it down to Southern California, and, you know, you start sounding like this. I mean, you don't have to do the upward inflection, but it certainly helps. It's be like, dude, yeah. Did you see that video the other day? What video? The video. I'm not doing the bit again. And then, you know, you go across the top of the U.S. from left to right, and, you've got that Wisconsin voice there. You talk like this, you know, like generic, Bobby generic, don't you know? Or you go, Chicago, where you get the pizza. You go, you get the pizza, and, you know, you have a good time. You sit, you watch the Bear game. The Bears, the Bulls. You know, Super Friends and all. Super Fans, Super Friends, all the, you know, they're two different shows, but who cares? And, you know, you do a variation of that. And suddenly, you know, you're in Brooklyn, and you talk like this. You know, you're in Brooklyn, the Bronx, Northern Jersey. Or, you know, you could be like, hello, you talk like this, oh my God. You know, you're from the predominantly Jewish area of the Bronx. You know, the very sing-songy. Or, you know, if you just wanted to drop the songy part, just be like, oh, Earl, look at what she's wearing. Clothes? Do you see what she's wearing? She's wearing white. After Labor Day, we have to make a rally. We have to do it. Eat it. Eat it. Don't worry about it. We gotta go see Bubby. We're gonna go see the Bubby later. And, you know, you can segue into Baston. First off, let me tell you, it's gonna be wicked cool. We're gonna talk like this and be like, yeah, the Pats, The Pats, they're dead. They're dead. But at least I got the Celtics, And then you drop it down even more and just be like, yes, I'm from Georgia. Hello, welcome to Atlanta, Georgia. If you even so much as think the word Sherman, we're going to have issues. Take a wee little jaunt into Louisiana. And it's basically the same accent like this, but the important part is that, it's a lot more nasal. You've got to sound like you're constantly out of breath. Especially if you're from New Orleans. Well, they can't sit and make up their mind with them when they talk about it then. You talk with occasion, just be like, hello, welcome to, Popeye's chicken. You want the hot chicken, you want the cold chicken, you want the butter, you want the barbecue, what do you want? I'll get you served up just fine. You're gonna love it here, I'll tell you what. Or you could go even further to the northwest and be like, I'm from Amarillo, Texas. I tell you what, I speakerphone into the microphone like this. Like, Earl, what are you doing? Did you buy yourself a Prius? Why, yes, I did. Why, you driving one of them inbreds? Them inbreds is ruining cars. My folks used to make cars up in Detroit. You never told me that there, Earl. Never told me that there, Bob, or Steve, or whatever voice I'm going to use. So that's kind of the broad spectrum of my samples. I'll sign off though with the original voice that I first learned how to do when I was 10 years old, and that was Skeletor from the vintage, full recognition and proper notice of copyright and all that, Hanna-Barbera's He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I first learned how to do the voice of Skeletor because I thought it was just so awesome. I was not sitting around in my pajamas one Saturday morning and thought to myself, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. It's just something that I picked up as a hobby and I stuck with it. He'd get up there and it was very formulaic, copy paste, very generic, but he would just like,
Curse you, He-Man. I shall rule Eternia.
I suppose you could also say it's the same voice as like Black Betty from Kung Pao and just be like,
Betty. Memento. Swinging the chain. Bertie. Your shirt is black. Your shirt is red.
There you have it. Assuming you're still here after almost 20 minutes of recording. Thanks for watching, and who knows, maybe catch you next time.